we're going to do every minute on the minute times 5. So that's 25 minutes of work here. Goblet squats for 20. Baiku. So goblet squat for 20, whatever weight you need for that. A band or dumbbell row for 20. If you have 2 weights, you can do a 2-hand row. I'm probably going to do like a seated band row for that. I'm sitting on my butt, sitting tall, pulling in with 2 hands. So if you have a band that you can row with 2 hands, it would be good because we are doing 20 rows. So if you have to do one side at a time, it's 20 rows each side. The shoulder press for 10. I figured people would be sick of push-ups after yesterday if you went for the bonus point or joined Josie's circuit. So shoulder press instead of a push-up. So shoulder press 10 times on each side. If shoulder pressing is not for you, just roll over and do a floor press. So if overhead pressing doesn't work, you just lie down on your back and press the weight forward, press it up towards the ceiling, kind of like a bench press lying on the floor. So substitute that for the shoulder press if overhead doesn't work for you. Lateral squat, so we'll go feet wide. Feet will stay glued to the floor. So we're nice and wide here. And then squatting down side to side, making sure your feet stay flat, glued to the floor. And we'll do 10 each side. And then finally, get up to hand for the last one. So that's just basically a sit-up while you're pushing the weight up towards the ceiling. So 25 minutes in total. You got every minute on the minute, whatever. You'll do the work, and then whatever time is left, that's your rest time, okay? So we'll get started on the roller. If you've been doing this long enough, you can always start rolling while I'm talking. So let's meet at your hips here. So we'll sit on top of the roller and cross that ankle over your knee. Feel a big stretch in your hip, and then you're going to roll on top of that stretch. Again, everything sort of crosses through your hip here. So we want to make sure we're taking care of those tissues. And switch sides. Haven't yet. All right. So from here, we're going to roll over onto your front. We're going to roll out the front of your legs. Make sure you're not just rolling up and down the same spot every time. You're going to roll up and down maybe once or twice in the same kind of orientation or the same spot on your leg. Then you turn a little bit so you can get a little bit more on the side, inside or outside. Turn a little bit more. So you're always going to be moving. If you feel a spot that feels extra tight, you can give it a few more rolls, but you should really be trying to touch every part of the front of your thigh, not just one track. Also make sure you're rolling all the way up to your hip flexor. So kind of all the way up to your waistband on that side or the crest of your hip. And the other side. Morning, Don. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a bit. Okay. Let's roll on your side. Bring your knee up even with your waistband. And we're going to roll out your groin here. So just rolling out the inside of your leg. I feel like this is one that gets passed up a lot. So especially because we're going to be doing lateral squats today, want to make sure we're rolling the inside of your leg. Switch sides if you haven't yet. And good. While we're on the ground here, while you got your knee on top of your roller, let's bring that knee up, rest it on top of the roller. And then you're going to freeze the roller right where it is. So you don't let the roller move, but fingertips are going to go together. We're going to open up like a book. Exhale as you open and close. Good. So as you're opening up, you're also sort of actively pushing forward so that the roller doesn't roll with you or roll back with you. But lead with your eyes here. So you're going to kind of watch your hand go around so that we're initiating that turn from your head on down. The last thing to rotate should be, your lower back. So we're trying to get most of that movement from your upper back and not as much in your lower back. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Making sure you bring that thigh up to parallel. So your knee is going to be kind of at belly button height. The other leg will drive straight away from you. Inhale as your fingertips touch. Exhale as you open up. And good. All right, from there, let's go to a push-up position. We're going to kind of go from like push-up position, just holding here, and then like somebody's pulling your hips up towards the sky. You're going to reach your tailbone up, let your heels drop down in the back for a hamstring stretch. So think of a downward dog for yoga people, and we'll just alternate between the two. So we're going to that push-up position, then push back into a hamstring stretch. And on that last one, let's bring your foot forward, 1 foot forward, bringing it forward outside your hand. Getting that stretch right here. And then take your knee to the ground. So we'll put your back knee on the ground. You can have your roller under your hands if you want, but we want to try to push your chest away from the floor and push your hip down towards the floor. So you should be getting a big hip flexor stretch here. And from there, bring your back knee off the ground again. We go back to a push-up position and we switch sides. So bringing that other leg forward. Take your back knee to the ground. We're really pushing your hips down towards the floor here. So you'll feel a stretch under your front leg and on your hip flexor on the front of your hip on your back leg. All right, from here, let's come on up to standing. We're gonna do a lateral lunge with a step over. So we're gonna step out to the side. So lateral lunge, and then you're gonna bring that foot in. And if you can see my feet, I'm making the letter T. So the leg that stepped out becomes the top of the T. So we're lunging out, rotating in. When you rotate in, we want that stretch on your hip, the hip that you're standing on, or the leg that's staying straight. And let's go other side. Last one here, we're gonna take a reverse lunge step and we're gonna rotate toward your forward knee. So you step back with your right leg and rotate left. Step back with your left leg and rotate right. So think about turning your chest toward your leg that's in front. And we'll alternate those. If it's helpful, you can kind of cross your arms across your chest if you feel like you're not quite getting the rotation down. Lower body should freeze. So your lower body shouldn't be turning with you. Let's do one more each side. And relax. Okay. Okay. So, ready to go here. I'll call it out too. You don't have to memorize it, but it is in the chat. Let me put it in one more time. So every minute on the minute, times 5. We're going to start off with a goblet squat. So whatever weight you got for that can be anywhere from holding weight all the way to body weight. All right, so we're going to get started in 10 seconds here. 20 goblet squats to start. And then the remainder of the minute is for you to rest. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 20 goblet squats. Keeping our feet nice and flat. Push your hips back first, like you're sitting down on the couch. 30 seconds in. "15 seconds to rest. The row is next. So you can do a bent over row here. 2, 1, and here we go. So I'll stand on the band and do a bent over row. We've got 20 rows each arm. You can do them both at the same time or do 20 and 20. "30 seconds left. "10 seconds left in the minute. Next is a shoulder press. We're doing 10 times each side. If a shoulder press doesn't work for you, let's go ahead and go. If a shoulder press doesn't work for you, we can turn it into a floor press, laying on the floor, pressing up towards the ceiling. 30 seconds. So you're halfway there. Okay, as you're resting, lateral squat is next. You can either do all 10 to one side and then all 10 to the other, or alternate those. All right, off we go. Lateral squats, 10 each side. Hold that weight either up under your chin in a goblet hold, or you can hold down with two hands. Halfway there. $15 seconds left. Next one's going to be on the ground, 5 get-ups each side, just getting up to hand. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go, pressing that weight up towards the ceiling. You can use your elbow to sort of pry yourself up off the ground. "30 seconds, you're halfway there. After this, we're getting up for goblet squats. "10 seconds left. In goblet squats in 2, 1, here we go. "30 seconds left. Rows are next as you're resting. Getting ready for those rows. "5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Either bent over or seated, or one arm dumbbell row. "30 seconds down, 30 to go. Shoulder presses are next. All right, in 5 seconds, 10 shoulder presses each side, and go. "20 seconds. Lateral squats next. All right, lateral squats in 2, 1. Here we go. We've got 10 each side. Thirty seconds left. Finishing up round 2 with the get up to hand. In 5 seconds. Big challenge here is to keep your straight leg heel on the floor. Ready, and go. Remember, we're just doing 5 each side here. Thirty seconds left. $15. All right, back up to the top for round 3, goblet squats. In 2, 1, here we go, 20 goblet squats. Thirty seconds. Ten left. Rows are next in 5 seconds. And here we go, 20 rows each hand. You can do them at the same time or separately. $30 seconds. If you're doing a bent over version of these, you shouldn't feel any fatigue in your low back. You should be feeling that in the back of your legs, and then obviously your shoulders and arms from doing the row. We want to make sure your posture is really good there. Your hips and hamstrings should be keeping you up, not your low back. All right, shoulder press is next in 3 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. 10 shoulder press each side. $30 seconds. Okay, lateral squats are next. 10 each side in 5 seconds. And here we go. The time you see on the clock is the time we have remaining for today. We just got about 11 minutes to go. Remember, the deeper you go with these, an inch deeper with these makes things exponentially harder. So if you're looking for a way to get more out of this, just try to squeeze an extra ½ inch out of each of these squats. Ten seconds left. Get up is next. 2, 1, and here we go. Get up to hand. Times 5 each side. "25 seconds left. This is the end of round 3. After this, we got 2 more. 2 rounds to go, 10 minutes of work. 15 seconds left. Heading back up to goblet squats for 4th time. All right, and here we go. Same thing goes for these. You can go halfway and make them pretty easy, or you can go all the way butt down to where you're parallel with your knees and get a lot more out of them. Any lower than your like 90 degrees at your thighs or at your knees, you don't get much more out of them. But if you can get your thighs to parallel, that's sort of the sweet spot. 30 seconds left. Ten seconds left. Row is next. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. "30 seconds left. All right, 10 seconds. Lateral squat is next. I'm sorry, shoulder press is next. And here we go. Pressing that weight overhead 10 times. "30 seconds. Lateral squats in 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keeping those feet wide, glued to the floor, including your heels. Heels will stay down through this whole thing. Twenty seconds left. Get-ups are next. Five seconds. One, and here we go. 5 get-ups each side. Halfway, 30 seconds left. Back up to the top for round 5, 5th and final. Starting with goblet squats in 2, 1. Here we go, last 5 minutes. Halfway, 30 seconds left. Row is next. Three seconds, 2, 1, 20 rows. Here we go. Thirty seconds left. Shoulder press in 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Thirty seconds left. Ten seconds until lateral squats. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Here we go, 10 lateral squats each side. Last time through. Thirty seconds left. All right, last minute here, 5 get-ups. Last set for the day, and here we go. 5 get-ups to hand each side. Halfway there, 30 seconds left in the day. All right, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that's a wrap. So as usual, we're going to take a few minutes here just to catch your breath, bring your heart rate back down, and give yourself a pat on the back for a good Saturday morning workout. And for everybody on this call, 2 points for your team. Good job. All right, I got a sprint today, but take your time, catch your breath, lower that heart rate. And again, give yourselves a pat on the back. You're good people and good teammates. You guys have an awesome day. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Brian. Great workout.
See you down.